Well, guys, it's officially Halloween, and Amazon still delivers. So, I guess I can finish that guitar now. Wish me luck. Hey, well, welcome to part 2. The new tuners just came in 2 days early. That's awesome. So here's the before picture. And here's the after picture. So these are the old tuners I just put in the new tuner pack. So they were called Mr. Power Machine Head Classical Guitar Tuners. And as you can see, they were an absolute perfect fit. Even the screw holes, 4 screws on each side, lined up perfectly with this Suzuki Classical Guitar. Tuners feel really good. They're 14:1 ratios, but there's absolutely no slop in them. As soon as you turn them, you can feel the gear engage. So, should be good. So once again, I have taken a lot of meat off of this bridge in the last video, which is in the description below if you want to watch that. I didn't take any meat off this rear block here, because classical guitars, unlike acoustics, don't have pins to hold the string in, for the break angle. They go through the base of this plate, and then they wrap around, and then you got to go through and you tie them. So they have to be tied. So that's what we're sporting for a bridge now. It's super low. So I guess I just have to restring this thing, and we'll see what happens. All right, so almost done. String number 5. Thought maybe some of you want to see how you restring these things. There's a bunch of different ways, but what I do, this is called like the string block. So it goes in the string block from the saddle side, and then you have to wrap the string around this, the section that you just put through the block, and then so that creates kind of a loop here, and then you cross over and go underneath, and I do that twice. So then I cross over and go underneath again, and that's it. It kind of makes a lock, like a string lock, and that's all you got to do. At the other end, your string goes through the top and then wraps around the bottom, comes back. So then I do a loop, just like I would, if you're tying a shoe, you just do like a straight through loop or whatever. And then pull that taut. And then just before it gets too tight, I put the other end of the string back through the hole. And then, so then that loop is kind of tied inside there and not in the way. And then when you tighten it, for your D and A strings, your loops want to go towards the inside of the headstock. And then for your E string, the loops go towards the outside of the headstock. So then that way you don't get crossing over of these strings as they come through the nut up to the tuner. And then for your G and B strings, same thing, you go to the inside of the headstock. And then for the small E, you wrap towards the outside of the headstock. So for this one, I'm going to go to the inside. There you go. And then just got the last one left, and that one will go to the outside so that it doesn't, like I said, create a crossover like between the strings here. All right, well, ran into a little problem when I started tightening these strings. the bottom ones, they snapped. They just broke. Bang! So he'd brought me two packs, so I was able to take the other pack. But the other pack had black nylon strings for the bottom and silver for the top. So there's still 3 bass strings left out of the 2 packs. So here we have it. Pickup is sitting just a little bit above the bridge. Just a smidge. And check out the action. Look at that. It worked great. All that bridge modification, bringing everything down, doing all the routes, worked great. I had somebody comment that I should have taken the frets off and planed the fretboard down towards the nut. And that would have helped drop the action. But check that action out, man. That's like electric guitar action almost. All the way up the neck. Worked out great. And these tuners, man, they look fantastic. And although they're only like 14-1, they work great. Super impressed. Now these nylon strings have been stretching and stretching, and they're just constantly going out of tune. So I think they have to kind of work themselves in. But acoustically, guitar sounds like this. It's very bassy. Stretching it again. You can barely hear it. If it sounds weird, it's because I have it tuned to D. Because he wants it tuned to open D, but I can't play open D, so I just tuned it, you know, E, A, D, G, B, E, but with the E string starting at D, and etc., etc. So let's here, I got it plugged into the quilter. Let's turn the quilter on and see what we got here. Pretty bassy. Has that nylon sound. This pickup works pretty good. Nice and quiet, acoustic. These nylon strings rattle. I don't know. It's not for me. The string spacing is really wide on these. It feels totally different, but it's kind of fun. Pretty good now. This action is super low. I like it. want to know any classical guitar, like maybe something like this. Well, there we go. All right, I got to tune this thing open D and let these strings stretch. I just want to lubricate this nut slot. I don't know if it makes a difference with nylon strings. Frets turned out nice. Fretboard looks good. There's nice wood grain in there. And, you know, the routing job on the bridge is what it is. It's what it needed to be to get these strings down without spending an enormous amount of money on either planing the neck, resetting the neck, doing all this. Like, it was crazy. So I hope he likes it. And I sincerely hope that I never see one of these again in my shop. This was an enormous amount of work. From an hour and a half spent just fabricating a jig to fit around this bridge so that I could calculate how much meat to take off properly without making any mistakes, to actually removing the meat, you know, a little bit at a time, measuring every time, to installing the saddle and this new pickup, to leveling off these frets, crowning them, polishing them, cleaning and conditioning the fretboard, to filing the nut, which I'll do after this video, and to installing new tuners. Man, it was a crazy amount of work. And I'll be happy to not have to do that again, ever. As far as I'm concerned, the Suzuki is done. You guys take care, God bless, and I will see you in the next one.